get the job done. When it come to crunch time, I'm awesome. 3 seconds on the clock, you can call me. And my hands is where the ball be, nigga, I'm clutch. Clutch, 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 yeah, nigga, I'm clutch. Clutch, 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 yeah, baby, I'm clutch. Clutch, 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 yeah, baby, I'm clutch. Clutch, clutch, yes, clutch, 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 yeah, baby, I'm clutch.
Yo. Welcome to this episode of the new title, the Antoine Spivey Podcast Show. I'm your host, the man with the plan with the cleanest words and all the land, Spivey. And I got with me to my right, y'all left, Dar in the building. What's good?
What's good with it? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Chilling. We got the bottom rubbing his head like he got some hair on his head. Kills the truth in the building. What's good?
No, man, so I'm my boy here today. Go Mavs.
Embrace it. It happened to the best of us. Before we go any further, don't forget to follow, like, and share on Facebook, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Signature Series Network, where you can catch us every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. for all your hottest topics. Y'all ready to get this going on, this special Saturday show?
Let's go.
Let's go. We're going to start with the game one of the NBA Finals. We're going to recap that game. Also talk about the keys to game two for the Mavericks and for the Celtics. We got some WNBA news we're going to get into as well. Not news, but we're going to talk a little WNBA as well.
What up, Juju?
What's up, Juju?
Guys.
Hold up. See, this thing, sorry for the delay. This thing moving slow today. But it's all good. Let's get it started with game one recap. We had the Boston Celtics dominated the y'all Dallas Mavericks in game one.
Dominate wasn't the word.
Huh?
Dominate wasn't the word.
Yeah, they dogged them, boy. They came out and made a statement in game one. What was your take on the game, Kels?
Like I said before, they came out and shot. Boston was 16 of 42 from the three-point line. They took a 24-point lead in the first quarter. They just blitzed them in the first quarter. The second half, Dallas came out with a vengeance, and then once again, what happened is that Dallas allowed Boston to get to the free throw lines in that third quarter to make easy basket when Brown and Tatum was kicking out to the open shooters. Dallas got to make some threes to loosen up that defense. Dallas shot 7 for 27. That is terrible. When I say terrible. Luka, they was keen on Luka. Kyrie, they was keen on Kyrie. So P.J. Washington have to make baskets since they got Porzingis out there. Tatum, Brown, and Porzingis, I can't say his name now.
Porzingis.
Kristaps, all they had a total of 58 total points between them three. Between Luka, Kyrie, and P.J. Washington was 56. So if you really take out some of them three-point shooters, the game was pretty much closer than what people expect. The free throws was close. The turnovers was pretty even, and they both had 10 offensive rebounds. So just try to calm down on little threes, and Dallas can win this game. I told you the key to the game is to stop them from shooting threes.
Before I let you go, Cuzzo, man, listen. We all knew coming into this series that Boston shoot threes. We all knew they led the league all season in 3-point attempts, 3-pointers made all season. So it wasn't no secret that they was going to come into this game and shoot threes. No secret. The only difference was in this game is that going into this game, Dallas was, like you said, got to hit more threes. They're not a great three-point shooting team anyway. And then you're going to be against a team whose defense is number one against the three-pointers. So they just made it tough on Dallas. They made it tough. They went at Luka. They singled Luka out on defense and tried to guard him as much as they could. Kyrie Irving, well, we're gonna get on him in a minute, but it's just not his luck going against the Celtics. Ever since he left them, stepping on the logo when he was in Brooklyn, he was 0 and 11 his last 11 games against Boston, make it 0-12. So it was a lot of things that went on in that game that Dallas need to fix and get together in game 2. But before I go any further, go ahead, Dar.
Let's say, how can we say? Pardon my French, but they got a butt kicking, didn't they? Boston came to play, man. I mean, that's just what it was. I mean, they had they on their home court. They came to play. Porzingis was back, so they full strength now. Everybody, we had these talks prior, that Boston had the easiest path, which they did because every team they played was injured or ended up injured during their series. So Boston, even though Boston wasn't full strength, just missing Porzingis, they didn't play with the same intensity without Porzingis that they did against Dallas in the first game. I thought against any other team that was they were blitzing Kyrie, blitzing Luka. Kyrie. I'm looking at the blocks. Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Horford, and Porzingis together. They had 12 block shots. And those are normally, if you go back and look at it, any other time, with Kyrie or Luka or anybody getting, that's an easy layup. So you can typically count those as 12 points. But those blocks, they stayed aggressive all night. They did not let up at all. I did not like the rotation that Jason Kidd put in midway through the first quarter or late in the first quarter to kind of give Kyrie a rest. That's when they went on a run. And by the end of the first quarter, Boston was up by 17.
So you had a problem with him resting Kyrie in the first quarter?
I had a problem with the rotation he put in.
That was his regular. That's his regular rotation. That's his regular rotation.
Josh Green.
He's gonna have to make some adjustments.
Okay, so what adjustment would you make?
He's gonna have to make some. He's gonna have to make some adjustments. I'm gonna say this because it was evident in the late in the first quarter, early second quarter. Right, they're getting hammered. Right, they climb back in, and they're only down by 10. Or 9 at this point, going late into the third quarter, early fourth. Here he goes again. He rests Kyrie. He rests a couple other players. And Boston went right back on the same.
So you want Kyrie and Luka playing 48 minutes then?
Hey, it's the finals.
In the beginning
of the finals. It's the finals. It's the finals. It's only 7 games left in y'all season. It's put up or shut up. It's the finals.
So you want them to go 7 games playing 48 minutes?
If that's what it takes. At this juncture, if you want to win, that's what it takes. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
Let me say this.
Kyrie didn't get off at all. He only scored.
I told y'all he wasn't. But I told y'all Kyrie wasn't.
Kyrie only scored 12 points.
He only scored 12 points the whole game. And the crazy part to me is he looked exactly like Darius Garland looked when we were in the playoffs and going up against
Orlando.
Before Donovan Mitchell got hurt. He looked exactly like it. 12 points, 15 points. That's not going to cut it, brother. That's not going to cut it. This is the NBA Finals. You make millions of dollars. Hey, if you don't listen, man, LeBron James set the bar. He spends almost $2 million a year on his body so he can stay fresh and stay healthy.
And LeBron
and have longevity throughout a crazy season and even into the playoffs. I'm sorry, if nobody else is spending that kind of bread on their body because this is their profession, and you need to sit out for 4 or 5 minutes every game, then Dallas is not.
LeBron sits down for 4 or 5 minutes a game.
Yeah, what you talking? LeBron don't even play 48 minutes a game. So
when it comes to when it comes to the finals. When it comes to the finals, Bron
never played 48 minutes.
Bron will play at least 43.
Man, you talk about
at least 43 to 44 a game if you have to.
5 minutes.
If you have to, though. If you have to. You only send Bron down a minute per quarter. Kyrie sat for how long? And Boston went on a run.
It was the regular rotation though. It was his regular rotation.
That's not going to cut it
throughout the playoffs. So let me get this straight.
That's not going to cut it.
It cut it through the regular season, and it cut it when they did what they did against the Clippers. When they did against Minnesota.
We're not talking about them, fellas. We're talking about the Celtics.
The only why we're not talking about them, or y'all don't want to talk about them, is because they got smacked in game 1. Now, if Dallas would have won game 1, this wouldn't even be a conversation.
No, regardless of whether. Wait a minute. Regardless of whether they won or not, this is what I saw. I sat there and I watched the game.
You know what I saw?
A nice glass of 1738. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute.
So you said a rotation.
Y'all was just down. It's late first, second quarter. Like y'all were only down. Y'all wasn't down that much. Now y'all down.
They was down a lot when the game started. Now, even when they hold on, Kels, I'm gonna let you jump in. Even when they came out of halftime in the third quarter and Dallas went on that run, they cut the lead to 8. Kyrie was still in the game. Luka was still in the game. All of them was still in the game. And what happened? Boston called a timeout. That 8-point lead with that deficit, they cut down to 8. Boston called that timeout, shot right back up to 22. And Kyrie was on the court. Luka was on the court. PJ Washington was on the court. All of them. So you can't.
Yes, it was.
Yes, they was.
I want to tell you
it was on the court.
I want to tell you the turning point of the third quarter when they broke it down after the timeout. After the timeout, Jaylen Brown went to the free throw line 4 straight times.
Mm-hmm.
Luka and Kyrie missed 2 threes. Mm-hmm. They came back and hit another 3. Yep. That's what blew up the Western line. That's why I said that for order Dallas have to make more than 7 3-point shoot. They was even in the rebounds. The bench have to score. Also,
the bench got outscored. What?
That's what I'm saying.
Dallas had 20 bench points.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
And Boston had 32, but 20 of them came from Porzingis for coming off the bench.
So that
20 of those was from Porzingis.
So what I'm saying is this: everything was even. What happened that they lost the game is on the 3-point line. They have to defend the 3-point shot better because
they lost for the 3-point, second chance points.
No, they
wasn't getting no rebounds like that, man.
In the offensive rebounding, they had 10 each. They only
the rebounds was pretty close. The rebounds was pretty close.
They only out rebounded by five rebounds.
By four. It was 47-43.
So we have to imagine because Boston shoot a lot of threes, they get a lot of secondhand chances because of long rebounds.
Right.
So what they do, you start scrambling on defense. They start swinging the ball around, and they get too many open threes. That's how Boston played their game.
And Dallas was unable to hit threes.
You have to be able to hit threes. 7 for 27 is not gonna cut it. It's not. I don't care. And Dallas out painting them. They have more points in the paint than Boston. So if they can hit a couple more threes, this game is more closer than what people see. I don't see that they got their ass kicked. I see that they didn't make
Nah, that's what we're gonna have to disagree with. They got their ass kicked,
bro. They only lost
their ass kicked, man.
Their ass kicked.
If you look at the stats, in every aspect of the stats, they was even. The only stats that jump out on you is the 3-point line, which is that.
Man, look,
I don't listen.
Okay, well, let me say this. I don't count garbage time. I don't count garbage time points.
I'm talking about doing it. I'm talking about doing the brunt of the situation. They came out blazing. They came for
right. The only run Dallas really made was coming out of halftime in that third quarter when they cut it down to 8. After that, it was a wrap. It shot back up to 25, 22, 25.
You know why? Because when Dallas went on that run, Boston was 1 for 10 from 3. They only hit 1 3. And then Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum started going to the hole.
Right.
And I keep telling people this, man. For you to beat good teams like Boston, you have to stop their dribble penetration. I mean, it's easy to do.
You can't stop their dribble penetration because
you have to.
Which leads me to my second point. The Kristaps Porzingis situation. You can't stop their dribble penetration when you got Porzingis who came back with a big return, 20 points in 21 minutes off the bench. When you got your big man at the top of the key and it got the whole floor spread it, how you gonna stop dribble penetration then? Your bigs are supposed to protect the basket. They worried about Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford for that matter. So how you gonna stop dribble penetration?
When they come in, I tell you exactly. I've been saying
this. You about to say play a zone.
Play a zone, man. Play a zone.
And guess what? They did play a zone yesterday.
And what happened? And when they played the zone,
they still got the basket.
I ain't seen them play a zone as they probably played a zone for like a minute or so.
Everybody not Miami where you can play a zone the whole game. But you know what I'm saying? Dallas played their zone. Dallas tried to go into the zone, and Boston would still get dribble penetration. Either Jaylen Brown was getting inside, or they was catching Kristaps Porzingis on the top of the free throw line, and he doing what he doing with the mismatch with the little guy on the most like it was a guard, and he took advantage of it. So they went into zone. They went into zone.
Zone right.
What you mean? How you gonna tell them they ain't play their zone right?
Because dribble penetration is not supposed to happen on the zone.
Man, listen. Listen. What you mean?
Dribble penetration.
Miami is one of the best zone defensive teams in the league.
And guess what? And they weren't going. And they weren't going to the hole. They weren't going to the hole. Well, on the zone, what you put.
So when Boston played Miami, and Miami was I can't even get out playing that zone on Boston. You mean to tell me
Jaylen Brown and Tatum was not getting to the basket?
Are you serious?
No, they was. They was met with Bam at the Western. Every time Tatum and Brown went to the hole, it was nobody there. They had easy layups, right or wrong. With Miami, they was contested. They was contested shots.
Hold up. The reason why that was because the way Boston played their offense against Dallas zone. Against Miami, they played it differently. Against Miami, they kept because they had Al Horford. They didn't have Porzingis at the time. They kept Al Horford more close to the basket. On that baseline, more on the baseline. With Porzingis, by him being able to shoot from 30 feet out, what they did when Dallas went to the zone, which was still enabling Brown and Tatum to sneak inside, and hell, Derek White got in there a couple of times to sneak inside was because Porzingis came out, which brought out Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively, and Porzingis was on the free throw line.
Porzingis was still dribbling.
You can't do nothing with your
Porzingis was still dribbling to the rack.
That's not how you play a zone. A zone is you play your zone.
You do not
go out. Your big man do not go out to check another big man. That's not the rotation. The rotation
you don't know
of the zone is not.
What zone was they playing, Kels? What zone was they playing, Coach Kels? What zone was they playing?
I didn't watch. I ain't see them when they play zone. I ain't see them play zone none.
They did play zone.
What quarter did they play zone?
Jason Kidd even said they played the zone. They played the zone at least twice each quarter.
I watched the game. I ain't seen those
because you probably so used to seeing a 2-3 or 3-2 or probably a
1-3-1
or probably a box. Man,
what other zone is there?
It's multiple way, man. The way
what
the game.
Other zones is there? Because first off, you can't.
Ask Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra throw about 6 of them boys out there.
You can't box with nobody.
You
can't box one nobody because of the NBA rules. You cannot box and one anybody because in the NBA rules you have to be 3 seconds.
I didn't say boxing one.
So
I didn't say boxing one.
So 1-3-1, the 1-3-1, you got the guard, the guard on top, and you got the two others.
There's more ways that coaches. Eric Spoelstra is one of the best at it. It's more ways as a coach you could design a zone and throw it out there and run it different.
It's different variations of zones, yes.
Look, even when they put Porzingis in ISO, he was getting around them and going straight to the rack, bro.
Because it's not the Dallas Mavericks are not an individual type of defense. They not.
Oh, now they not. But there was a tight individual defense the last series against Minnesota and the last series against the Clippers.
I never said that. I always said they need Kyrie and Luka is slow-footed. They can't move their feet on defense. Luka cannot move his foot on defense as much.
Kyrie
That's why
you good D.
See Derrick Jones in them. When you see Derrick Jones in them, they got to move their feet.
Now you said something completely different.
And when Boston played Miami, they wouldn't get to the rack as easy as they're going to get to the rack.
Again, certain matchups calls for certain ways to play your offense and your defense, depending on whatever type of zone the defense is playing. Your offense, you got to somehow counter that. And the way they played it against Miami wasn't the same way they played it against Dallas because they didn't have Kristaps Porzingis against Miami. Now they got Porzingis against Dallas to the point that I don't care what type of zone Dallas go run. Boston go get a side anyway because you gonna have to somehow, some way account. I don't give a damn. You're not gonna sit there and let Dar. I don't care if you play in the zone or not. You're not gonna sit there and let Dar just chill on the island or top of the key or free throw just with an open shot all day long. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that
in the zone. Okay, that's why in the zone. That's why it don't supposed to happen like that. Well, I'm just saying if they break down the zone, they break it down the zone, and that's good. But the thing is to stop dribble penetration, you have to come up with either another scheme, even blitz, even get the ball, double team Taylor and Brown, and that's how they get you in the rotation. That's when they get you them 2 or 3 passes, and that's how they get open jump shots.
You go double
team. I watched 5 plays of it. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all doing? What is y'all doing? They're doing the same damn play. Boston running the same play with Taylor and Brown.
Yeah, same pick and roll play.
Same play.
And they switch every time.
You don't switch. You have to either blitz them, and then the man from the other side has to rotate over. You do not on a driver, you do not on a shooter, you don't go under the 3-point shooter person, you go over, and on a driver, you go under because he's trying to drive. So you want a driver to shoot a 3, and you don't want the 3-point shooter to shoot a.
Well, unfortunately, Tatum and Brown can both drive and shoot. So can Derek White. So can,
I'd rather have the one and the lesser. Go ahead and get 2 points. They go ahead and hit threes, hit open threes.
Tatum only had 15 points.
Speaking of,
Tatum only had 15 points.
16, 16 and 11. Speaking of, bringing big man off his own. Kristaps Porzingis' big return was a big impact for the Celtics. Haven't played since was it March?
In the regular season.
Yeah, since the regular season. I haven't played since then. Missed the last 10 playoff games. Came back, gave him 20 points in 21 minutes off the bench. Do you still feel like? I already took Boston to win this season. I told y'all if Porzingis play, it was gonna be trouble for Dallas the way that Boston plays. How big of an impact was Porzingis for this game, Kels?
He set the tone. Porzingis is the one who got off before Taylor and Brown even started. Mm-hmm. So he set the tone. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What they're gonna have to do, they're gonna have to adjust to what Boston is trying to do with Porzingis when Porzingis is in the game. Now this is adjustment period. Defenses they're gonna have to start. They're gonna have to do something different. They're gonna either have to double Porzingis to get the ball out of his hand, or start blitzing Brown and Tatum when they get the ball. It's either one of those two things because you're gonna have to let Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Al Horford and them boys try to beat you. That's how I'll look at it. I will not try to let Porzingis or Brown or Tatum beat me. So he was an X factor because they weren't expecting him to. If they were expecting him to play, I guarantee they didn't expect him to play that well.
Who wasn't expecting him to play?
Dallas. I say if they expect him to play, they didn't expect him to play that well because he was out so long. And we'll see how he played game 2 because game 1 was an adrenaline rush. Really, if you really think his first day back, he hot, he pumped up. Let's see how the injury and he come back tonight. Let's see how he come back tonight. Let's see if he got his.
They play tomorrow. He got another day's rest. They play tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah, they play tomorrow. How big of an impact was he, Dar?
They played tonight. So they got like 3 days off?
Yeah, something like that, 3 days.
Porzingis' return was huge.
Huge.
He got the crowd in the game. They were excited. You know, I mean, he had like 12, 15 points in the first quarter. He shot and made 3 threes, which got the crowd into it. So, you know, right from the jump, man, they got the crowd into it. You know, they 6 men and they ran with it. It wasn't nothing he couldn't hit. 15 for the free throw line, getting to the rim. He had his way. Rebounding too. Blocks. I mean, he denied Kyrie and Luka at the rim.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, and I
had a huge block on Green who tried to dunk on him.
Yeah.
Block that. So
I did feel like the refs kind of let him play a little too much on Boston there.
But it's the finals. You pulling like call fouls at every damn thing.
No, you're not. But I mean, there was some real evident fouls there, and there was some real.
Hold on.
There was some real evident contact.
Dallas went to the line 19 times. Boston went to the line 19 times.
Both of them went to the line 19 times. So I don't. And the total fouls is the same.
Yeah. I think they called it.
It was the best. This was the best ref game I've seen in a minute.
Yeah, I think it was a.
I kind of feel like both parties probably could have went to the free throw line a little bit more. In all
You don't call. You do not in the finals. You do not call the game too tight.
We're not calling. What you mean game too tight? It was a damn blowout.
I'm talking about calls. I'm talking about fouls.
You're not gonna call no ticky-tack fouls, but real evident fouls.
What was the evident foul?
Real evident contact. I mean, it was a multitude of plays. I don't have one single play to call out.
One play you felt as though that the referee didn't call that got you up in all lips or all mad. What one play?
I'm not mad. I don't have no skin in the game. I ain't bet on this series.
So what you want the foul for then?
I'm just saying. We talking sports, right? I'm just saying I felt like the game could have got called a little different. They in Boston. We understand what happens in Boston.
So you want Boston free throw line more than Dallas?
No, man.
That's how it goes.
It's the other way around, Kels. There was some blatant missed calls against on that should have went against Boston.
Whoa!
How many different ways I gotta say this?
They are the home team.
Okay, now you get my point, my boy. Now you get my point.
I'm getting the point, but it's no point.
How not?
Because
So
you want Dallas to get more calls than Boston in Boston?
I'm gonna respond to that part first. I think, me personally, I think it was an even call game for real. I didn't see no blatant foul that should have been called against Boston.
It didn't start out that way because there was quite a few
against
calls
Dallas.
that
Huh?
It didn't start out that way. There was quite a few calls that got missed.
I mean,
you had some makeup calls to kind of even it out.
If you gonna say miss, I'm gonna have to say it was on both ends. Then, if that's the case, I'm not gonna say Boston was fouling more than Dallas was. I think it was a even call game. It could have been some fouls called on Dallas that wasn't called. Yeah, could have been some fouls called on Boston that wasn't called. Yeah, but I didn't see nothing like evident. Like, oh, that foul right there, that play, that's gonna be a difference maker or whatever. I didn't see none of that.
Even when Luka and Kyrie was driving, I mean, it would have been contact. It could have been a ticky-tack contact foul because the dude didn't go vertical and he blocked his shot. I mean, it's all kinds of. But in the NBA Finals, I'd rather see them play up and down the court without no goddamn any day, anytime. Yeah. And you can tell because nobody really didn't say nothing about the referee.
No, they didn't. Nobody said nothing about the refs, the coaches, none of the players. So, as far as that, I'm not gonna say I think the refs blew some calls or missed some calls. I think it was a good even call game. Now, as far as Kristaps Porzingis, his return, big impact offensively, defensively. Y'all just touched on all the blocks that he had. And for some odd reason, I don't know why Dallas decided. I think you said it, Dar. They don't think he was ready to play. One of y'all said, I think Kels. They don't think Kristaps Porzingis was ready. But hell, after the first 4 possessions, when they tried to go at him and it didn't work, they should have knew he was ready to play then. But Dallas consistent. That's another reason why they lost. They consistently all night tried to go at Kristaps Porzingis. All night. And guess what? They failed all night trying to go after Kristaps Porzingis. So defensively, he made a major impact. Block shots, rebounded the basketball. He kept Gafford and Lively off the boards. Offensively, he knocked down big shots, 2 threes. Matter of fact, it was like 7 different players from the Celtics that had hit 2+ threes just game one. Kristaps Porzingis was one of them. He took advantage of the mismatch when they was playing their whatever defense you want to call it. He took advantage of that, hit his shots, and he didn't allow Luka. Luka only had 1 assist, and a lot of them live plays that you'll see Luka get off to Gafford or Lively. The presence of Porzingis wasn't allowing that. They wasn't allowing that at all. So Porzingis' return was a big impact for the Celtics, and I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. I was gonna pick Boston regardless if Porzingis didn't play, but when you add Porzingis in there, that's add a whole nother dynamic. Dynamic to that Celtics team. Get him another shooter, get him another defensive presence down low, and it just make it even more difficult to guard them. I don't think Dallas really had the bodies to guard all of them, whereas Boston has the bodies to guard or have to worry about just Luka and Kyrie. So yeah, Porzingis, we like you said, Kel, we'll see what he do game 2. I think he's gonna play excellent again.
Is they gonna bring him off the bench or they gonna start him? Because that could be the difference.
I mean, I think probably since he got that first game up under his belt, I think they'll go ahead and start him and bring Al Horford back off the bench.
Because that make a big difference.
I mean, when he saw him come off the bench, he'll kill him.
The reason why I said that because normally time when you bring off somebody off the bench, they're not playing a regular center or the regular person. That's why he brought him off the bench to get himself get his feet wet.
He brought him off the bench because it was the first. How many times I got to tell you this, man?
No, I'm telling you. I'm talking about against the players that you ain't want him to start off with Darren Lively or Daniel Gafford. I guarantee you that he probably came in when Max Kleber was on the floor.
Who, Porzingis?
Yes.
No, he came in with Gafford and Lively. One of them was on the damn floor. He came in early in the game. He came in with I ain't gonna say too early. I think it was 8 minutes and some change where they brought him in.
4 minutes.
Okay, yeah, okay. If you want to say early, that's when they brought him in. And Gafford, and matter of fact, Lively just came in the damn game when they brought Porzingis in.
Yep.
So, don't try to rock Porzingis like he's soft. Like, he probably got it when they brought in Kleber. Man, don't try to play Porzingis like that, man.
He's soft.
Yeah, okay. Yep, he softly killed your Mavericks the other night.
And he gonna softly shoot them out of the game too.
Here we go. Just like this man did. Speaking of Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving 6 of 19 from the field, 12 points. Really didn't contribute in none of the game at all.
Not gonna cut it.
Yeah, scoring 12 points in this series not gonna do it. What do you think is the issue with Kyrie Irving right now and against the Boston Celtics, Dar? And what do Kyrie got to do in this series to keep Dallas afloat or even have any chance of winning this series?
I really don't understand what Kyrie's problem could be. He left that team. He on to a new team. I understand playing in Boston is, kind of weird for him right now, but it's the finals, man. And I'm always looking for teams to, especially your star-studded players, to get in there and put up a shutout, right? And be effective. Kyrie was none of that. Luka with 30 and Kyrie with 12, you only accounted for 42 of the team's 89 points. That's not going to cut it. So Kyrie need to get off fast. Kyrie need to get the ball in his hands, get off fast, get him a few layups in, maybe hit him a couple threes, at the early stages of the game. Not, we just gonna bounce around and here you go, hot potato. Here you go, Luka.
He started yesterday. He started the game 2 for 3 from the field.
2 for 3, and then he was absent. That's not gonna cut it, man. That's just not gonna cut it.
I'm just saying in reference to you, he got to start off the game, quicker than.
Yeah, he got it. Just like Porzingis came in. Don't get me wrong, it was at the 9 minute mark. But Porzingis came in and played effectively. He played like a beast. He answered the calling. You don't have LeBron James, bro. You got Luka Doncic. And you got Luka Doncic. And you got Luka. So, y'all got it. They got a solid team, but the way Kyrie, no threes, maybe one. I mean, I watched him miss at least 5, and I'm like, these are wide open, not contested. These wide open.
So you can't talk it as a bad shooting night.
Hey, man.
Because that's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as a bad shooting night for Kyrie.
And whether it's a bad shooting, bad scooting. Next game, you're going to need to be shooting. You did. That man is going to need to score some points in order for them to have an opportunity.
I can tell you right now, Kyrie this series ain't about to average no more than 22, 23 points. I can tell you that right now.
That's not gonna cut it.
Well, it just ain't gonna cut it. That's what he gonna average. He not
gonna
about
cut it.
Like I feel like Luka. I feel like Luka's gonna have to average 40, and Kyrie gonna have to average 25, 30 for them to win the series. Kels, do Dallas' hopes of winning the championship fall on Kyrie Irving?
It fall on Kyrie for one reason. He had to set the pace. He had to set the tone. He the leader. He been there. This is a test to lead the younger people by his action. What I mean by that, he don't have to. He can impact the game in different by passing the ball, by getting open shots, by creating open shots. He don't have to score to be effective. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like this game. Instead of him driving, trying to score. He should have been driving, kicking it out to the open shooters so he could get his assist.
Man, they ain't had nobody open. That's the problem.
Because nobody did respect their shooting. They 7 of 27. I'm gonna call the lane up anyway if nobody hit no damn jumpers.
Still, they weren't respecting their shots from the opening tip. They weren't seven. They wasn't 7 for 20. They wasn't 7 for 20 in the first quarter.
They only made 7 shots. They only made 7
What I'm saying is they was on a you know what, for the time the ball went up in the tip. They gave them no room.
You know how you loosen that up? I'm gonna tell you how you hit your shots. You hit your threes.
How can you hit the shots when you don't have the room to shoot the shots?
When you threes, that will open up the lane. I don't care who you got back there. That is facts.
You're not listening.
That is facts.
How you gonna do all that? How you gonna do all that?
Kyrie, okay.
How you gonna do all that when you can't even get open to hit the shot?
Because they clogging the lane up and nobody passing the ball out. I'm gonna give you a prime example. They outscored Boston. They outscored Boston in the paint.
Hold on. Let's not act like
they was getting the paint more.
Let's not
Dallas offense. I'm sorry, excuse me, y'all. Dallas offense, every trip down the court got stagnated as soon as they crossed over half court. They didn't know who was getting the ball. Luka get the ball, and then here come Kyrie getting the ball, and then they passing it again. They passing it around. Now you're looking at 4 or 5 seconds on the shot clock. And no early offense to get them into a rhythm.
And it was getting the basket. Kyrie, Luka was still getting to the basket.
Yeah, they was getting to the basket. Listen, man, let me tell you something, man.
It was open.
Luka is hurt. Luka is hurt. And he's hurting right now.
Luka been hurt the whole playoffs. So
I don't know how much longer he gonna be able to play. Because if he play as hard as he played the other night, and he come up cringing and mincing and all that, yeah, he gonna be sitting down in a minute. And then it's gonna be all on Kyrie.
He been playing that like that the whole playoff. This is nothing new. Nothing new.
No, I get it.
The only thing is
I'm telling you, it was getting worse.
They packing the lane. Jason Tatum and them is getting off their man when Kyrie and Luka is driving. That's why they can't do the little. Watch the game. Really watch the game. Watch how they rotation. Watch the defense rotate.
Yeah, what was you watching? What was you watching game?
Watch how the defense rotate. Watch how the defense, because how is Jaylen Brown under the basket? How is Jaylen Brown under the basket when PJ Washington is out on the 3-point line? How can he get them blocks?
You be saying 5 to 10 different things to try to make your point.
I'm saying you talk about they covered. You cannot, when you drive and your man, who Jaylen Brown is?
First of all, we gonna quit acting like Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic was just breaking their defenders off, getting inside the lane. No, they wasn't. A lot of Dallas paints in the paint. I said points in the paint came from the couple of a lot of offensive rebounds they was getting at one point in the third quarter. And then they was getting some off of transitions in that third quarter when Boston went 1 for whatever it was. I forget the 1 for 10 from 3-point land. They were shooting horrible to start the third quarter off.
Yeah, they hadn't made a shot since late in the second. And
Dallas will catch them in transition, catch them slipping with a little basket aside. But we're not gonna sit up and act like Dallas was doing what Boston was doing as far as getting inside, getting into the teeth of their defense. We're not gonna do that.
It wasn't
because nobody will rotate towards the basket because they were scared to put an open three. That's dribble penetration is the number one reason why people get open shots.
Why you keep hold up for what?
Dribble penetration. Answer this question: is dribble penetration the easiest way to get an open three?
Duh, that's common sense. But that's what Boston was doing. So you mean to tell me Boston was just driving inside and kicking it out for threes? No, a lot of their threes came off A lot of their threes came off of Jaylen Brown being at the top of the key or Jason Tatum. And they wasn't penetrating, man. They wasn't.
It was five plays when they dribbled down and they kicked it out and they rotated the ball.
How many plays did Boston run the whole game? How many plays did Boston run the whole game? How many plays did Boston run the whole game? I'm pretty sure they ran more than 5 plays.
I gotta look it up.
I'm pretty sure they ran more than 20 plays.
But I guarantee you,
pretty sure they ran more than 30 plays.
I guarantee you, half of those 16 threes was open threes. I guarantee you that. Off the dribble penetration.
No, okay. All right.
So they was just jacking up threes when people was in their face.
I can tell you this.
So they was just
Derek White hit about 3 of them that Al Horford passed to him, and motherfuckers was in his Derek White face. In his face. And he hit about 3 of them. That wasn't off of no damn penalty. That wasn't off of
3 out of 16. How the other
Hold on. I wasn't done. Hell, Drew Holiday came up the court twice, just pushed the ball up off a break. I ain't gonna say a full fast break, a mini break. And what did he do? Stop at the top of the key. I ain't about to pass it down. I'm yakking it. He hit about 2 of them doing that.
That's 5 out of 16.
He hit about, okay, that's a good percentage. Now, hold up. Jason Tatum. As the deal said, on 2 occasions, he was at the top of the key, crossed somebody over twice instead of him driving, shot a 3 in their face. That's 7.
Oh, that's 6.
And he made 3.
I said twice.
He
that's
made
7.
3.
That's 7.
7 out of 6. 7 out of 16. I'm not sitting up here saying all their shots was contested or whatever, but you trying to sit up here and tell me
out of 42
all 16 of they 3-point.
Out of 42 shots, all the 42 shots they had 6. Okay. All I said is this. To get open threes, you have to have dribble penetration.
We know this.
Okay, so like I said, to get majority of their shots, dribble penetration is the main reason why they get their shots.
Who, Boston?
Boston. And you want to believe that's your opinion. That's my opinion. We're gonna just leave it at that.
Nah, that ain't what I saw.
Boston was 39 for 82, man. And 47.6%.
And 46 of their shots were 3-pointers.
Hold on.
82 shots.
Okay, they shot 42 threes. What do the 42 threes got to do with anything that you trying to argue about?
They're and kicking.
Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness.
And they shot 30. Okay, 16 for 42, 38%.
They shot 38.1%.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they shot 42 threes because they was penetrating. They shot 42 threes.
Dallas only shot 25.9. And what was the score? 107-89?
Yeah.
Okay. What? They hit a couple more threes. If they hit at least 11 threes, they'd have been in the game. Think about it.
If it was a fifth.
No, I'm just we breaking down. We breaking down one, right?
Yeah.
So this breaking down game 1, they shot terribly. That's why it was a blowout.
They did.
That is when it shot a little bit more better from the 3-point line. It'd have been a better scoring game. That's
Kyrie missed 5 of them himself.
Kyrie was 0 for 5, 0 for 6.
Hold up.
They only made 7. And you think Kyrie gonna be 0 for 6 again?
I never said that.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't expect for him to be 0 for 6 again, but what I do know is this. Dallas is going up against the best 3-point defending team in the NBA in Boston right now. Dallas can't guard the 3. Boston is the best 3-point shooting team, field goal percentage-wise and attempts-wise in the league. Unless Dallas somehow stop that from happening, then they're gonna lose the series. And if they call themselves stopping them from shooting the threes, they got the athleticism and the personnel to get inside. That's when your dribble penetration will start coming to effect.
You know how you be a great shooting team? You let them shoot 2s.
But again,
well,
Luka
they wasn't making many of those either. So I mean, they 6 of 19. Well, that was just Kyrie, but
the bitch got to play better. Tim Hardaway got to have a showing. Everybody got to play better. But like I said before, 107-89, they were 6, 7 for 7. If they had made at least 12,
that's one of them games where that score. That's one of them games where that score don't reflect how the game actually went. I'm sorry.
Oh, it does.
It don't. Man, listen, you got games where you look at the final score and be like, damn, they only lost by 11. Oh, they played. Nah, man. Listen.
So
they scored might say they lost by 11, but they got beat up the whole damn game.
But you telling me if they would have hit their shots early on in the game, you think it'd have been a blowout?
What?
If they hit 3 more threes and 3 more or 5
Man,
more,
they was up by 29 at one point, dude.
because they was probably 0 for 20 from 3-point line. Threes beat twos. Threes beat any day.
Again, I don't know how you trying to win your argument or whatever it is may be.
I'm not
I don't
winning.
know.
I'm not trying to win no argument.
But again, I told y'all going into the series how Boston was far as shooting their threes. They've been like that the last series, the series before that. They've been like that the whole regular season. So to start trying to make it seem like that's a big surprise and Boston shocked the world shooting threes in game one is blasphemous. Like
I never said that.
I told y'all Dallas guards was gonna have a tough time against Boston because they got guards that could go out there and be physical with them. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, hell, even Peyton Pritchard when he come in the game is going to play. Sam Hauser was out there playing tight ass defense on them. They couldn't get nothing off. Nothing.
He hit 2 threes also.
What I said, and I said that Dallas would have to stop. I said this series gonna be how Dallas stopped them from shooting threes. Everybody know they shoot threes.
No,
everybody know. Everybody in the world know they shoot threes. That's not no damn secret.
One, I just stated that. 2, I don't believe that you said going to the series that Dallas had to stop them from shooting threes. I think you said that now because after what happened in game one. After game one.
On the other shows, I emphasized that.
Okay, if you look, we can put up the tape. If you did, you
Put
did.
the tape.
If you did, you did. All I'm saying is
where my yellow flag at?
All I'm saying is it's gonna happen again. Boston gonna come out and shoot their threes again tomorrow.
And they're gonna miss.
Oh, if they miss, they miss. They're gonna still keep shooting them.
And they're gonna have to figure out a way to win this game.
And what Dallas gonna do to win this game?
They're gonna be making more. They're gonna make more than 7 for 27. I guarantee you that.
Oh, so Dallas gonna be the hot team and Boston. That's what I'm saying.
Boston gonna do what Dallas got over Boston is they can score inside more. They know how to score. Luka can hit more 15. Kyrie can hit more 15-footers. Luka can hit more 15-footers. That's what they got. If they hit more threes, if they hit their threes, it's gonna loosen up Boston defense. That's facts.
Well, listen.
That's how Indiana played them.
But Indiana can shoot the 3-ball better than Dallas too.
If Dallas makes threes,
once again, whether you want to believe it or not, Kells, the game is all about matchups, sir. Whether you want to believe it or not.
Of course, it's a matchup, but you can also overcome matchups.
We go switch it to the WNBA real quick. My girl Asia Wilson out here balling. Is she the favorite to win MVP right now in the WNBA?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, she averaging 28 and 28 and 12 on the season. The Vegas Aces is 5-3.
Yeah.
She
might very well be. I know she's gonna be a candidate, but I don't know. I got a feeling some way, somehow, Caitlyn winning.
Caitlyn winning what? MVP?
I said some way, somehow.
That's right. Huh?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I had to take the glass off of that. You said Caitlin Clark somehow, some way gonna win MVP of the league this season?
Some way, somehow.
Caitlin Clark ain't even averaging about 15 points a game.
Why do you think that? Why do you believe that?
On the worst team in the WNBA, and you think she gonna win MVP because Garland?
I don't know. I just got a funny feeling.
Oh, you got a funny, just like your JJ McCarthy.
Hey, he's balling too.
Who
might be the starter. But no, on a serious note, I love messing with y'all, man.
No, you're serious. You ain't messing with us. You're serious in a heart attack.
No, on the serious note, A'ja Wilson will. She better win the MVP. She better win the MVP.
There's another girl out there who can challenge for her. I can't say her name. Ogawala. I can't really say her name.
I know you talk about. I can't say her name either, but
she's out there too. But the thing that I think,
but she played for She played for Dallas. And what's their record? 3-6 or something like that.
The Ace is the best team in WNBA.
No, they're not.
Them, Liberty, and maybe the Storm.
No, it's the actually it's the Connecticut Sun,
the Sun,
and New York Liberty, which played today, and Breonna Stewart and them took care of business. Gave Connecticut their first loss of the season, and New York went to 10-2. They 10-2 now. Connecticut Sun is 9-1, and the Ace is 5-3. But I like Connor. I think she could push A'ja Wilson to get the MVP. I think I want to say her, but I can't because they team record is not as good. I can't pronounce her name either. The same one you talking about, Kel.
Yeah, talk about Walla.
I can't pronounce her name, but what's hurting her is her team ain't got a winning record. Now, if they go by record wise like the NBA do, then she definitely out the mix. But A'ja Wilson right now playing like a woman child out there. She just all competition she faces. She just dropped 30 and 13 the other night. Huh?
She dropped like 35 like 2 weeks ago. She dropped 10 half-fast steals. The only end.
Yeah, she balling.
She balling out of control. So yeah, I definitely got A'ja Wilson right now, my front runner to win MVP, and to take the Vegas Aces to a 3-peat. I got them 3-peating this year as well too. So yeah, I definitely got to win MVP.
New York might give them a run though. New York might beat them.
I thought that last year too. New York played them tough last year too. Although Breonna Stewart gave them the business, she gave them the business last year, but it just wasn't enough. Kind of like Kyrie and Luka, just ain't enough against Boston. You know, but yeah, A'ja Wilson definitely deserving of that MVP right now. And to me, I think she's the front runner to win the MVP in a W.
Yep, I feel that way too. Anybody else gonna have to take it from her because she levels up over these girls right now. To me,
yeah, she balling out control. Before we get out of here,
fantasy league though.
You say what?
Guess who got her on the fantasy team?
You. That's a damn shame. You see what I'm saying? Look at all that. That's a damn shame. Now you doing a women. That's that dedication. Before we get out of here, who y'all got winning game 2? Game 2 winner, Mavs. Could Dallas get a victory in Boston and take it back to Dallas? Tie 1-1, or will Boston go 2-0? I got Boston winning game 2, going up 2-0. Who you got winning game 2, Dar?
I got Dallas. They need to win. They need to win to have. They need some confidence going back home, man, because they just got obliterated the first game.
Who you got, Kels? Boston, Dallas.
I got Dallas, and they ain't get obliterated like y'all think. They just missed their shots.
Man, it's the same damn thing, man.
You can take some out that loss and be like, we just missed our shots tonight.
It's a lot that they didn't do right in game one. That they got to take it to game two. Hey man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in on the Signature Series Network on YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget to follow, like, and share on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Signature Series Network. Y'all can follow Dar or tell the people your social media platform, Dar.
IG Mr. Linton to you. Facebook Darcius Linton. It's Darcius Linton. Yep, not senior.
Where they can find you at, Kills?
On Facebook, Brian Kelly. Not Brian.
That boy like his piece of bread, just open up the bread pack, take out the bread, just eat it just plain as wood. Hey man, and don't forget y'all catch me also on Facebook at Antoine Spivey, also at Antoine Spivey Podcast Show, and on YouTube, same thing. Don't forget to subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Before we get up out of here, y'all stay safe, stay cool out here. We'll catch y'all again at our regular time on Monday, where we're gonna have some more heavy debates to get into. Till then, we out of here, y'all. Peace.
The
1738.
Absolutely on my way.